Welcome back, everyone. Today we're continuing our FIFA World Cup Round of 32 prediction series with a clash between France and Sweden. France comes into this match as one of the favorites to win the entire tournament, while Sweden will be hoping their physicality and attacking duo of Alexander Isak and Viktor Gyökeres can cause an upset. On paper, France has a superior squad in almost every single area, but knockout football can always produce surprises, as we've seen in the past few games. So, can Sweden shock one of the world's best teams, or will France comfortably book their place in the round of 16? Let's break it all down. Let's begin with France. France is expected to stick with a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1, depending on their opponent. Unlike some possession-heavy teams, France doesn't need the ball to dominate games. They're at their most dangerous in transition. They win the ball, find Kylian Mbappé, and within seconds they create a clear-cut chance. Their midfield, led by Tchouaméni and Rabiot, provides the defensive stability needed to support the attack, while the front line is packed with pace, creativity, and one-on-one ability. Ousmane Dembélé stretches defenses with his dribbling and direct running. Michael Olise brings vision and chance creation from the right, and Désiré Doué adds unpredictability with his close control and ability to drive at defenders from the left. France's biggest strength is simple. They have elite players in almost every position. The squad depth is arguably the best in the tournament, and they have multiple players capable of deciding matches on their own. But they aren't flawless. They can occasionally lose concentration defensively, especially when pushing too many players forward, and at times they rely too heavily on Mbappé to produce moments of magic. Still, even their weaknesses are relatively minor compared to most of the teams. Sweden, however, approaches the games very differently. They'll likely line up in a 4-2-3-1 or a 3-4-2-1, focusing on defensive organization, physicality, and getting the ball forward quickly. Their biggest weapon is their strike partnership. Alexander Isak brings pace, movement, and technical quality, while Viktor Gyökeres adds power, pressing, and physical presence. Anthony Elanga also gives Sweden genuine pace on the counterattack. But this Swedish side has clear limitations. Their midfield simply isn't on the same level as France's, and against technically superior teams, they often struggle to control possession, so I wouldn't be surprised if France run away with this. If they're forced to defend for long periods, Sweden can become pinned back, making it difficult to Isak and Gyökeres involved. However, their defense is solid but not elite, and against attackers like Mbappé, even small mistakes are usually punished. This tactical battle is fairly straightforward. France will look to control the game, dominate the midfield, and use the pace in transition whenever Sweden commits players forward. Sweden's best chance is to stay compact, frustrate France, and capitalize on set pieces or quick counterattacks. If France plays anywhere near its best level, they should control this match, and it would be over before it started. Sweden needs an almost perfect defensive performance to have a realistic chance and maybe take the game to penalties. Looking at Sweden are expected to line up in a 3-4-1-2 formation. Olsen starts in goal behind a back three of Lindelof, Hien, and Lagerbielke. In midfield, Ayari and Karlstrom provide balance, while Gudmundsson and Bernhardsson operate in the wings. Up front, Alexander Isak partners with Viktor Gyökeres. The key player for Sweden is Alexander Isak. His movement and technical ability give Sweden their best chance for breaking through France's defense. Another player to watch is Viktor Gyökeres, whose physicality and finishing can trouble defenders if Sweden creates enough opportunities. However, Sweden must get opportunities for these guys in order for the attackers to finish. France is expected to line up in a 4-2-3-1 formation. Maignan starts in goal behind a back four of Koundé, Upamecano, Saliba, and Hernandez. Tchouaméni and Rabiot anchor the midfield, while Olise, Dembélé, and Doué play behind Mbappé. The key player is obviously Kylian Mbappé. His pace, finishing, and ability to decide big matches make him France's biggest threat. Another player to watch is also Michael Olise, whose creativity, dribbling, and chance creation can unlock even the most organized defenses, as we have seen in the Bundesliga as he plays for Bayern Munich. France and Sweden haven't faced each other a lot, with the most recent meeting back in 2020, so no predictions can be incurred from this. Overall, I'm predicting a 3-0 victory for France. Sweden certainly has the attacking quality to score, especially through Isak or Gyökeres, but over the 90 minutes I think France is simply too strong. They have more quality in midfield, more pace in attack, greater squad depth, and far more experience in big knockout matches. Sweden will likely defend deep and make life difficult for periods of the game, but I don't think they have enough control of possession to consistently trouble France. Eventually the pressure should tell, and I expect France's individual quality to make the difference. And even if France does go 1-0 down, they still have a lot of world-class players on their bench, such as Ryan Cherky, Barcola, and more, and it will help them pretty much come back into the game, and I don't think Sweden has a chance in this game. So that's my prediction for France versus Sweden. Do you agree with my 3-0 prediction, or do you think Sweden can pull off one of the biggest upsets of the tournament? Let me know your score predictions in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe because I'll be predicting every single World Cup knockout matches. And up next, we'll be looking at another round of 32 clash, Mexico versus Ecuador. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.